beyond your expectations. Feel the anticipation.
Is this long shot?
Witness the speed. Experience the thrill.
Time for the replays from Saturday afternoon here at Laurel Park. We have 10 races on the program, a fast main track and a firm turf course using the bowl game and the Exceller turf courses on the Saturday afternoon program. After that mid-Friday afternoon rain that pushed through the area, a really nice day at Laurel Park, though windy. Winds out of the west steady at 20 to 25 miles per hour, so they pushed along by a good tailwind and running into that headwind as they race down the stretch here at Laurel Park on the main track and on the turf course. $88,869 to 2 winning Stronach 5 ticket holders on Friday afternoon. Stay tuned for the next Stronach 5. Laurel Park, the host track of the Stronach 5 each and every Friday. Let's get on with the action from Saturday. Fast and firm. Here's the opener. An error off. Salpon sent hard for the lead. Attitude early speed as well. The far outside is Yes I Dance now pushing up forward. Tack Up is the gray right there too. Feelin' Foxy shuffled back in the 5th position as head out of the far turn. Market Money improving a couple of spots. And they are followed by Brexit Revenge is in between horses as they round that far turn. Feelin' Foxy having some trouble back there. We Money Creek trying to move up while 3 wide. Another break of a length and a half in the field. And Redeeming Love is racing down to the inside as they round that turn. And Shipman's Magic tries to come out there 4 wide as they reach the top of the stretch. And next in line is Nobody's Angel racing back of the pack as Text Me a Kiss and String Bean trails into the stretch with a quarter of a mile left to go. And on the outside here is Market Money. Market Money breaks away by 2 from the favorite Salt Pond out of the inside, and Brexit Revenge is closing stoutly out of the center of the course. Brexit Revenge continues to close. Market Money's just in front of the second wire finish. Market Money, 15 to 1. It's better than a money market. And a photo for second, maybe. And they're off. Eye of the Wildcat, early speed from the inside gate. Dear Charlotte drops in buckets on the outside, and Jaw Grace is racing fourth, deepest out. Always Summers only about 3.5 from the front, and Cisco Bay is in the back. Drops in buckets, going to set a slow tempo. Leads at a half length from Jaw Grace in second, and Dear Charlotte and Eye of the Wildcat. Always Summer second last, but only 4 off the lead, and the outside is Cisco Bay. That opening quarter, 24.86. With 5.5 furlongs left to run, it's Drops in Buckets, 3/4 of a length. Jaw Grace and Eye of the Wildcat, third rail. And then on the outside, and here is Always Summer out in the clear in fourth. And Dear Charlotte slipped back second last position. And Cisco Bay is last of them all, only 6 lengths, covers front to back. Drops in Buckets still in charge. Drops in Buckets from Jaw Grace and Eye of the Wildcat at a 48.74 half mile. So 3.5 out. It's Drops in Buckets cruising right along with a 3-length lead. Eye of the Wildcat, then Jaw Grace third. Dear Charlotte is in fourth, and Cisco Bay and Always Summer. Top of the stretch for the long run in. It's Drops in Buckets. Antonio Quiles have been in charge throughout. They still got a little more. Opening up almost 4. On Eye of the Wildcat, then Dear Charlotte in third. Down to that last 3/16 of a mile. It's Drops in Buckets. Drops in Buckets now put to a drive. Alive by 4 lengths from Eye of the Wildcat second, and Dear Charlotte on the inside willingly. And now the final furlong left to go. Drops in Buckets Buckets. Eye of the Wildcat charging second outside, and Dear Charlotte is third. Drops and Buckets holding on to do it. Drops and Buckets all the way from Eye of the Wildcat. And then Dear Charlotte. Francisco Bay. And they're off. From the inside has a Notion. Jag got a good break. Gunslinger on the outside got a fire up early too. And What About Shorty is there in the mix too. And so it's going to be What About Shorty and has a Notion on the inside and Gunslinger on the outside. 3 across into the first turn run. Justin Bynum as Jag racing in the clear in 4th position, and War Lance in mid-pack in 5th. And the outside is Dynamic Kid in 6th, and Louis Wish. Mr. D'Angelo racing back of the pack, and Meade Avenue is last of them all. 13 lengths will cover them. What About Shorty? 100-to-1 shot leads the way from Gunslinger now. The opening quarter went in 23.92. What About Shorty? Half length in front from Gunslinger on the outside, second, and has a Notion. Parked in third on the inside. The outside is Jag racing in 4th position, just 2.5 or 3 lengths off this long shot leader. Dynamic Kid. War Lance is on the inside. Another 2 is Mr. D'Angelo and Louis Wish. And Meade Avenue still got to pick it up from the back. 9 lengths from first to last. What About Shorty still going? What About Shorty in a 48.87 half mile? Leading the way by a neck. Gunslinger's been in pursuit now. Gunslinger making a move to even terms. What About Shorty? Room at the rail for Has a Notion. Here comes Mr. D'Angelo with a sweeping move on the far outside. Also Meade Avenue into contention but drifting very wide. War Lance is just in behind the lead group now. Into the stretch. And it's Mr. D'Angelo on the outside. Mr. D'Angelo and Gunslinger down to the inside. Fighting for it with a furlong left to go. Mr. D'Angelo just in front. The inside Gunslinger. Gunslinger, Mr. D'Angelo. Mr. D'Angelo's 25-to-1. Mr. D'Angelo. Gunslinger there. Tight second. Was in tight late. And then it was Louis Wish, or rather Jag, in the photo of the for third position. Very tight for third. And they're off. Two Swords but Fearless Turpus sent for the lead, and Fearless Turpus grabbed the lead. Drum Two Swords in second. Cerulean Springs up close there, and Calculated Thinking in that second group as well in the blue colors. Another 3 or 4 lengths back, and it is to Blave. Will spy the speed early. Some 6.5 from the front, held by Fearless Turp, who opens up 2. Calculated Thinking, Cerulean Springs third to the inside, and Two Swords is on the chase now. 3 deep into the far turn run, and to Blave still 5 to make up. Fearless Turp in a 22.93 the opening quarter mile. The pace of the far turn from Calculated Thinking. So it is. Fearless Terp in front tries to kick away again from Calculated Thinking. Hustled along the second spot. 2 more lengths and 2 swords and Cerulean Springs Rail and to Blave is last. Top of the stretch with a quarter of a mile left to go. Fearless Terp posted a 46-44 half mile. Swings in now with a 3-length lead. The outside is Calculated Thinking and 2 swords. Cerulean Springs at the rail. To Blave is trying to pick up on the far outside for a share late. And final furlong, it's Fearless Terp. Fearless Terp, and here comes to Blave to charge into second late. And Fearless Terp is a clear-cut winner. Fearless Terp to do it by 3 at the finish from To Blave and Cerulean Springs, Calculated Thinking, and 2 swords. And they're off. Clean break and Bay Bridge on the outside. Sir Brahms down to the inside. Also 40 Acres stoking up early speed as well. And here's Haynes Fever in the blue chiming in 2 to make 4 almost across the track. Into the turn run. And Yellow Wolf picks a spot 5th and over to the inside as they round that turn. Then it's back to Decisive Triumph. Do that dance over to the 2 path of the far outside draw. Roman Approval racing to the back of the pack. Followed by Sound Off. And then it's back to Air Bueno, King of New York, and High Noon Rider has to pass them all, has 20 lengths, maybe a little more to make up. The pace is good though, 23.53, the opening 2 furlongs. Bay Bridge going on with it with 40 Acres, testing back on the inside. Another 2, and it's Sir Brahms in 3rd, and Haynes Fever is in 4th. As 4 more lengths, and Yellow Wolf is next in 5th. Roman Approval far outside from 6th. Then Do That Dance and Decisive Triumph, another 2.5 more. Back in the field, and the inside is Air Bueno, and they're followed by Sound Off, and High Noon Rider starts to move from the back, has 3 beaten now as they round that far turn. King of New York tails off to last. Round that far turn, half was strong, 46.59, 6 furlongs, a minute 9.87 as they turn for home, and it's 40 Acres now the one to catch. 40 Acres, some Sir Brahms on the far outside. High Noon Rider continues with great momentum. High Noon Rider closing the center of the course. Sir Brahms just got the jump. Sir Brahms has jumped. High Noon Rider from dead last. High Noon Rider on the far outside trying to get up. Sir Brahms, High Noon Rider, Sir Brahms holding, Sir Brahms to hold, High Noon Rider. And then it was 40 Acres 3rd, and Yellow Wolf. Then maybe Air Bueno, Roman Approval. Mile on the bowl game course, rail 17 feet. And they're off. Sharp break there for Ionic. Twirling Liz has early speed, and Gardenisa stokes up on the far outside too. Super Escape settles back in the 4th position. Then Flat Out Vixen is followed by Celtic Vow Racing rear the field as they move around that first turn, and Nonish Shoes is in the back with Who You Gonna Call on the inside. About 11 lengths from first to last as they round that turn. Gardenista going on the outside from Twirling Wiz at neck and front. And here's Super Escape raiding along in 3rd position, and Ionic. Ionic is in fourth and 4 or 5 lengths off of Gardenista, who went the opening quarter in 23.70. Leads Twirling Wiz Liz now, and Super Escape on the outside in third. And Ionic continues in fourth position, another 2. Celtic Vow is on the inside of Flat Out Vixen, then Nana Shoes. And Who You Gonna Call is last of them all as they head into the far turn, the half mile, 46.91. Gardenista shows the way. Super Escape bids up from second, and now Ionic. Ionic on the outside arrives on the scene 3 wide. Ionic's coming. Super Escape and Ionic now 1-2 into the far turn run. Gardenista under some pressure to stay on. 3 across the track, but Gardenista still fights onto the inside. On the outside, Ionic in between horses. Super Escape 6 furlongs, a minute 10.57. What a race between these 3. On the outside, Ionic down to the inside. They're still fighting on is Gardenista and Super Escape. Ever so game in between horses. Ionic just in front with a 16 to go. Super Escape and Gardenista down to the inside in third. Ionic, Super Escape, Ionic, Super Escape surging back. Photo very tight. Very tight. Super Escape surged again on Ionic, and Gardenista was third. And then it was Celtic Vow, followed by Who You Gonna Call. In the gate. And they're off. Tail of E Dubai. He likes to fly, and he's right up front. Tail of E Dubai from 2 putt, who came away in second. And Lion Lord and Whirlin' Curlin'. Goldman in the clear, only 3 lengths from that speed. And Bovuk is last of them all. Tail of E Dubai up front leads by 2 lengths. Tail of E Dubai, 2 putts second. Goldman on the outside, and Lion Lord's parked at the rail in the second group. Whirlin' Curlin' right there just in behind them, and 3 off the speed of Tail of E Dubai. And Bovuk is trying to keep up in last position, has 9 to close in now. 22.74 the opening 2 furlongs with a speedy Tail of E Dubai. Goldman and 2 putt in between horses. Lion Lord Rail still Whirlin' Curlin' about 5 to make up as they approach the quarter pole, and Bovuk trailing. It's Tail of E Dubai trying to wave bye-bye to them. Tail of E Dubai with a 3-length lead. 2 putt on the outside and Lion Lord third. The half mile was 45.63. Tail of E Dubai still super strong. Tail of E Dubai vigorously handridden. Opens up now 3 lengths. Here's Whirlin' Curlin' trying to catch 2 putt for second. It's Tail of E Dubai. Just too speedy for them. Tail of E Dubai. 2 putt had to settle for second, and Whirlin' Curlin' and Lion Lord. In the rough. Not a chance out first. Scouts on early speed and get a Valentine race there on the outside too. And in the rears came away running in fourth and Sparty down to the inside, chiming into only 3 lengths in the front. They are followed by Field Advantage, who's next, and Bibbo is on the outside. Fear the Falcon back of the pack, and Miner's Quest trailing. 13 lengths first to last. Not a chance is the speed would get a Valentine. Getting closer, a half length behind in second through a 22:33 opening quarter mile. Here's Scouts under the gray, stalking that speed from third. In arrears is next in fourth, and it's another 3 is Sparty, and followed by Bibbo on the outside, and they're into the stretch now. Not a chance trying to stay on. Surging up is Scouts Hunter to the rail. Scouts Hunter wide open opportunity on the inside, driving through, shifting in. Not a chance, and Scouts Hunter the far outside. Here is Bibbo, and in between horses get a Valentine for a share. In arrears is kicking in too. It's Scouts Hunter with a 16th to go. Scouts Hunter trying to hold Scouts Hunter there. Scouts Hunter will get there from Not a Chance, and then in arrears was third. And they're off. Liz's Smile, good break on the inside, will be taken back. Lunar Rill, and here's Moon Chant with early speed. Lunar Rill, and True to Janine on the outside moves to second. Liz's Smile broke sharp, but taken back fourth on the inside. Good Night Moon is next in fifth, and Hard Rock and Blues placed in between horses to that turn run. And they're followed on the inside by Watching the Wheels, is watching the pace of a half dozen lengths on the front. And then back to Pebble Road, and then Sipping Champagne, and last is War Tweet in 10th. Has 11 to make up early the opening quarter, 23.55. Leading the way is Moon Chant. Moon Chant at a solid clip on this firm ground from True to Janine second. Liz's Smile is third. Lunar Rill is fourth, has 5 to make up, and then Pebble Road out of the clear outside, racing well off that rail. Watching the Wheels makes progress on the inside, gets through. Good Night Moon is in between horses. Then it's Sipping Champagne, Hard Rock and Blues, and War Tweet is in the back still. A dozen lengths will cover them into the far turn. Half mile, 47.45. So round the far turn with 3.5 furlongs left to run now. And it's Moon Chant. Moon Chant by 2 lengths from True to Jean. And here is Lunar Rill bidding up under a ride of the outside from third position as they move toward the top of the stretch with a 1/4 mile left to go. War Tweet in the far outside, coming widest of them all into the stretch. Moon Chant still the one to catch after 6 of them at 11.54. And it is Moon Chant. Moon Chant trying to give him the slip again for the final furlong is a 5-length lead on Lunar Rill. The others just even pace. Lunar Rill's trying to catch now. Moon Chant's trying to hold. Moon Chant in front. Moon Chant all the way with Forest Boys. Leads half length at the line from Lunar Rill second. Then it was Sipping Champagne, followed by Watching the Wheels and Liz's Smile. Once again, just about set. And they're off. Pantyhose off to a sharp beginning. Atlantic Avenue there on the outside, and Midnight Mass is stoking up early speed there with the blinkers on. Midnight Mass right up on the inside of Atlantic Avenue to put that head in front. Ephus is in third, and Pantyhose settles back in fourth of the four. Atlantic Avenue, the heavy favorite at odds on from Midnight Mass as they journey down the backstretch, with Ephus tracking in the clear at about the three path. Another three back, and its Pantyhose is fourth. Midnight Mass goes on 23.80 as the opening 2 furlongs. Ahead in front from Atlantic Avenue. Ephus is in third position, just 2 from the lead, and Pantyhose is fourth. 5 from that leader, Midnight Mass, who continues to lead the big favorite, Atlantic Avenue. At the rail, Midnight Mass, Atlantic Avenue keeping pace on the outside. 2 more lengths, Ephus, a little more urging from third, and Pantyhose is fourth of the 4. Round that far turn, 46.55 was a half mile. So Atlantic Avenue trying to get that head in front one more time, at Midnight Mass responding under a ride down to the inside. 2.5 more, and it's Pantyhose in third, and Ephus is fourth on the outside. Top of the stretch for the long run in. Atlantic Avenue leads the way. Atlantic Avenue, a quarter of a mile from home, leads after 6 furlongs. A minute, 12 seconds flat. Now burst away suddenly at the 3/16. Atlantic Avenue by 4 lengths. Pantyhose is running to second, and Atlantic Avenue with Pantyhose. Atlantic Avenue 3-4 in front with a 16th to go. Trevor McCarthy in Atlantic Avenue. Today is the day for Atlantic Avenue to break the maiden. Atlantic Avenue from Pantyhose, and then it was Midnight Mass and Ephus. That's a wrap for the Saturday afternoon program. Sunday post time at 1:10. Racing Thursday through Sunday here at Laurel Park. Countdown of the Kentucky Derby is on. Kentucky Derby Saturday here at Laurel Park. Our first race post time will be 12:15. Coming out for our Kentucky Derby party. Bring your friends and your family too. A fun-filled day with activities like pony rides, a petting zoo, face painting, yard games. We'll have live music too, live racing action, and the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, 12:15 post time here at Laurel Park on Kentucky Derby Party Saturday. That's a wrap for Saturday's program. We'll see you next week at Laurel Park for the Derby, Thursday through Sunday, and I'll see you Sunday afternoon for our next live card.